my name is Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited for you to be here and practice with me today. Today's flow is going to be a little bit longer than what I've been doing usually. We are going to start out with some sun salutations, and then we will get in some upper body strength work with some push-ups, which you can do on your toes or modify. I will explain that as I go. We are also going to be working on some core strength stuff and some hip opening and some stretching for your lower back. So it's sort of a big mishmash of things today, and so I hope you will enjoy it. All right, join me on your mat. We are going to start out today standing up at the front of our mat, and as I said, we're going to start out with some sun salutations. So coming to the front of your mat, think about keeping your feet about hip width apart and really rooting down into the floor. So what I mean when I say that is you should feel like all parts of your foot touching the floor. So you don't want your weight back in your heels, you don't want to be rolling forward into your toes. Think about your whole foot really gripping down into the floor. Take your hands to your sides, palms open to the front, and go ahead and inhale your arms up over your head, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, hands to the floor, step back, high plank, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here, and exhale through your mouth. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Now on your next inhale, gaze forward and step back up to the front of your mat. Root your feet down and inhale as you raise your arms up above your head, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop into plank position. Inhale down and up into your upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the front of your mat. Root to rise, hands up, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step or hop into plank position. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more sun salutations here. Go ahead and gaze forward, step to the front of your mat. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to mat, step or hop back, chaturanga. And downward facing dog. Last time, step to the front of your mat. Hands up, inhale, and exhale. Halfway lift. Step or hop to the back of your mat into plank position. Go ahead and bend your elbows, chaturanga, into upward facing dog as you inhale. And exhale into downward facing dog. Now just stay right here. Couple breaths. That should have got your heart rate up. You should really feel your energy flowing through your body now. Now, what I want you to do is walk your hands back to meet your, almost meet your feet, and then slowly roll up into a standing position. All right, we're going right into our upper body strength work with some push-ups. So you can modify these. I will show you, you can do them on your toes or you can do them on your knees. So what you're gonna do is starting out facing forward on your mat. You're going to slowly roll down until your hands are touching the ground. Then go ahead, keeping your core engaged, walk your hands out to to the front of your mat until you're in a nice, straight, flat plank position. Hands should be straight down below your shoulders, and we're gonna do our push-ups right here. So you can either stay on your toes or come down onto your knees. Either way is fine, wherever you're at. So from here, keep your elbows tucked in to your ribs. They should slide right along the side of your body. So this is more of a tricep push-up. We're not having our hands out wide like a traditional push-up. Keep them in close so you really feel it in your triceps. So from this plank position, you're gonna slowly come down till you're almost touching the floor. Hover for 3, 2, 1, and push back up. 2 more like that right here. Slowly lower down. 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and push back up. Just 1 more. Remember, you can drop to your knees if you want. Slowly lower down. 3, 2, 1, and hold it. 3, 2, and 1, and push back up. Nice job. Walk your hands back to your feet and slowly roll back up to standing. If you want, you can shake out your arms a little bit, roll out your wrists. We're gonna do that again a little bit quicker. So remember, you can stay up on your toes if you want to, or you can come down on your knees. Now, don't forget, keep those elbows right into your sides. You don't want them out here. This is working out your triceps. Okay, get ready, standing in the back of your mat. Deep breath in, and exhale, roll down. Go ahead and walk your hands forward to the front of the mat, coming down onto your knees if you want, and lower for 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and push back up. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and push back up. Last set. 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1, and push back up. Go ahead, come down onto your knees, sitting back onto your heels. Take your arms forward and give yourself a nice little break here. Push-ups are hard. Let yourself stretch out, catch your breath, and just breathe. All right, we are gonna move on to the next part of our flow. So come back up into a downward facing dog position here on your mat. This is the portion of our workout where we're gonna do some core work. We are going to do something called elevators. So start out in your downward facing dog. Now I want you to lift your left foot off the floor into a 3-legged dog position. Now, while you're here, think about keeping some of your weight in the palms of your hands. Also, you want your hips as parallel to the ground as you can. Let me show you what I mean by that. You don't want to open up your hip. Keep them facing towards the ground. Now, from this position, you are going to take your knee forward all the way up to your elbow. Now here's our elevator. We are going to push up and down. Join me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up here and go ahead and bring your leg back up into that 3-legged dog position. Bring your foot down to the floor. Go ahead and pedal out your ankles or your heels. We're gonna repeat that on the other side. So left foot this time. Rises up, keeping your hips square to the floor. Weight distributed evenly between your foot and your palms. Point your toe and bring your knee forward to your elbow. Exhale as you push up and down. 2, 3, 4, and one more, 5, and extend your leg back behind you. Bring your legs down and come back into that child's pose. Nice work. We have one more round of those. These really work your core. So stick with me. You can do one more. Bring your hands to the mat, back into that downward facing dog position. Starting out with our right leg again, lift it up to the sky. Hold it right here, breathe in. And exhale as you bring your knee forward. Inhale, and on the exhale, lift up and down. Two more. Last one. And back up into three-legged dog. All right, other side. Left leg comes up behind you. Exhale, bring your knee forward. Inhale right here. And on the next exhale, push up and down. Think about contracting your abs as you do this so you really feel it. One more. And push up into three-legged dog. Bring your foot back down to the floor. Pedal out to your heels and come down to your knees. Child's pose. We're using our arms and our wrists quite a bit today to support us. So go ahead right here and push back onto your heels if you want to. Roll out your wrists a little bit. If you want to, shake out your shoulders. Whatever you need to do. We're going to be on our hands again in just a moment. So the next part of our workout is really going to focus on opening up our hips and some flexibility. So join me again in downward facing dog. So this time we are going to lift our left leg up again like we did last time. Only this time I want you to open your hip. And to do that, you can drop your foot down behind you and then allow your hips to open up to the side of the room, to the front of the room. Okay, breathe right here. Inhale and exhale. Thinking about keeping that weight, your weight, distributed into your hands and your foot equally. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, go ahead and allow yourself to drop your foot behind you, bringing your arm up overhead. Remember to breathe right here. Inhale, bring your arm around and bring that back leg up into a half crescent lunge. Breathing in. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Now from here, we are going to do a half lizard pose. This is really good to help you open up your hips. Let that back foot come down flat. You don't need to keep your toes curled under. Go ahead and lay it down. And you are going to let this front foot kind of fall open to the side, putting your weight into your left hand and bringing your arm up. So you are kind of pushing your leg open with your forearm. Your foot will come up off the ground just a little bit and you'll sort of have your weight on the outer edge of your foot. Breathe right here. If you want a little deeper stretch, go ahead and use your hand and twist towards the back of the room. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands back down to the mat, bringing your foot back flat to the mat, hand to the outside of your foot. Now you're going to push up into a half crescent lunge right here on the floor. Inhaling as your arms come up, and exhale, cactus arms. Let's take one more breath right here. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, cactus arms. On the next inhale, we're going to push up into warrior one. So our back toe will curl under And as we inhale, we will lift right up into a higher lunge, warrior one. Breathe right here. Inhale. And exhale into warrior two. When you rotate into warrior two, your back foot, take a look at mine, comes from here into a 45-degree angle. Or, well, it should be facing the back wall. So parallel to the back of your mat. Sorry. Gaze out over the front fingers for warrior two. Now we are going to just come forward into our extended side angle. Inhale. And exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, extended side angle. And reverse your warrior. Now allow your hands to cartwheel back down to the mat. Step back into plank and push back into downward facing dog. We have that same sequence other side. So this time we'll start with our left leg. Go ahead, lift your left leg up behind you into three-leg dog and allow your hip to drop open. Keeping your shoulders square to the mat even though your hip is opening to the back of the room. Inhale and exhale. Now we are going to flip our dog, so go ahead, let that foot come back behind you and reach up overhead, pushing your hips up to the ceiling, feeling that opening, big stretch in your hips. Stay steady on that supporting hand. Breathe in. And on your next exhale, allow that arm to swoop around and bring you up to the front of your mat into half crescent lunge. Breathe in and exhale, cactus arms. Breathe in and out, cactus arms. All right, so bring your hands down to the mat. We're into that half lizard pose that we did on the other side. So again, you're gonna let that front foot sort of drop open to the side. Then take your hand up, use your forearm to press into it, other hand flat down on the ground, and open up your hips. You'll feel this in your inner thigh. If you want a little more stretch, or if you took it on the other side, go ahead and use your hand to push open and twist to the back of the room. Don't forget to breathe. All right, exhale, hand back down to the floor. Bring it to the outside of your front foot. Curl your toes under. We are going to inhale up into warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Come forward into extended side angle right here. Gazing up at your fingertips. And reverse your warrior. And cartwheel your arms back down to the floor. Pushing back into a downward facing dog. Nice. We are going to repeat that entire sequence. Maybe moving a little quicker this time now that you've got it. So bring your left foot up behind you into three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, let it drop open. Inhale. Flip your dog. And exhale, circle your arm around up into a half crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms up. And bring your hands to the floor. Let that front leg drop open using your forearm or your hand to open up your chest. Stretch your hip. Hold it here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. and come back to face the front. Hand to the outside of that front foot. We are going to push up into a warrior one. Tuck your back toe under and inhale up into warrior one and exhale, warrior two. Go ahead, come forward, extended side angle and reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, come to the front, gaze up at your hands. Reverse your warrior and cartwheel back down to the mat. Stepping back, downward facing dog. All right, left foot comes up, three-legged dog. Let it fall open. Inhale, flip your dog. Hips up to the sky. And exhale, foot comes forward into a half crescent. Exhale, cactus arms. And inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat, lizard, half lizard. Pushing that hip open with your forearm, and if you want to feel it a little deeper, pushing your hand, twisting toward the back of the room. Exhale, hands come to the front of the mat, sides of your front foot. Tuck that back toe under. We are going to inhale up into warrior one. And rotate into warrior two. Come back into reverse warrior. Front to the extended side angle, gazing up at your fingertips again. And reverse your warrior. Cartwheel back down to your mat. Nice job. Went to your downward facing dog. Go ahead and take a vinyasa if you'd like to. Come forward into your plank position. Lower down, push through. Inhale and exhale. Let's take one more of those. Go ahead. Come forward into your plank position. Lower down. Inhale as you come through into upward facing dog. And exhale. Take a few breaths here. Nice, deep breaths. And go ahead and come down onto your knees. We're going to sit back onto our heels here. We are going to really work on opening our hips here and sort of stretching our arms. So what we are going to do is called a half cactus stretch. A camel stretch. So it's like a half camel stretch. What you're going to do is take your hand to heel, so your left hand to your left heel, and you might want to come up on your toes and sit back. So hand to heel, you are going to, I'm going to turn so you can kind of see from the front. So hands on that heel, you're going to take your other arm, reach up, and extend your hips open, and then back down. One more time on this side. Inhale as you bring your hips up, arching your back, and exhale as you come back down. Now switch sides, other hand to your heel. Inhale, up, and around, and down. One more on this side. Inhale, up, and around, and back down. Nice job. Now, you can keep practicing those motions if you would like. Otherwise, we're gonna all just try the camel pose. So for the camel pose, it's really similar to what we were just doing. Heels underneath you. Go ahead and bring both hands to your heels, and you're just gonna press open. This will open up your chest. Keep breathing in and out. And on your next exhale, slowly come out of that pose. Nice work. Now, come down into a tabletop position. We're just gonna stretch our back out a little bit here with some cat-cow. Go ahead and push everything out the way from the floor, tucking your tailbone under, rounding through your back. Inhale, and exhale, let everything come forward or towards the ground. Arching your back, lifting your tailbone. Exhale, push back up. And inhale. Just a couple more of those. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, pushing up, pushing away from the floor. And inhale. All right, neutral spine. Go ahead and cross your ankles over each other. We're just gonna roll back into a sitting position on our mat. And then we're gonna come to lying down flat on our mat. We're just going to, we did a lot of arching our back. So we're going to kind of just stretch it back the opposite way. So whenever you do a lot of backward bending, you also want to kind of counter that with the opposite. So we're going to stretch it the opposite way now. So go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. And you can kind of move around right here. Roll if you want to, side to side. You should feel your lower back almost getting like a little massage on the floor. All right, now keep your right leg into your chest and extend your left leg. You are going to take your right arm flat out to the floor, gazing that direction towards that extended arm, and let that right leg twist and fall to the other side. You want to think about keeping your right shoulder flat on the floor. So don't pull your leg over further than what you can when you're keeping your shoulder to the floor. A couple breaths here. And bring it back to center. We're going to switch sides. So bring both knees in and then extend that right leg out. Left hand comes to the floor, gaze out over your left fingertips, and let your spine twist as your left knee comes toward the floor. There's no need to pull on your knee here. Gravity will take care of everything for you. Just let it come open. And back to center. Go ahead and take hold of your knees. Roll up into sitting position. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope that you feel energized. I hope that your arms got a little bit of a workout and your hips feel opened. So I will see you next time. Thank you.